I'm going to bet there's kilometers of tunnels down here.
In Nysa, we have right now 12 kilometers.
And they still fork out in the same way. The Star-fort. It is one of the most intellectually ambitious and visually striking architectural forms in human history. It is much more than just a defensive structure. It is a physical manifestation of a profound cultural and military revolution, intertwining pragmatic geometry with Renaissance idealism. The Star-fort was born not from the mystical revelations, but from the brutal military reality, gunpowder, which made all medieval fortifications obsolete. The catalyst was that the medieval castle relied on height and thick, perpendicular stone walls to stop ladders and siege engines. The direct perpendicular impact of a cannonball would rapidly shatter stone. The Italian military engineers developed a radical countermeasure that became the Tres Italiens, where two key points emerged as part of the new radical design. The key innovator was the angled bastion, the point of the star. This geometric shape solved the problem of dead ground or blind spots at the base of the wall, which medieval round towers failed to cover. Now cannons placed on one bastion could fire down the length of an adjacent wall, flanking fire or enfilade, annihilating any enemy infantry attempting to plant scaling ladders or conduct undermining operations in the dry moat. The second was the low, thick, earth-supported. The walls were dramatically lowered and thickened, often built of earth reinforced with brick, which absorbed the impact better than stone. This low, sloping profile minimized the target area and allowed cannonballs to glance off or be absorbed, rather than shatter the structure itself. This system was an ever-evolving intellectual arms race. As artillery improved, engineers added layers of complexity, ravelins, tonnelles, glacis, to create a defense in depth that could delay a siege for months, buying time for relief armies to show up. The entire structure is a gigantic application of geometry. Engineers had to precisely calculate angles, distances, and arcs of fire to ensure that every point of the defensive perimeter was covered by the fire of at least two flanking bastions. The Star-fort is, essentially, a geometrically perfect war machine. Now, the enormous financial and logistical scale needed to build a massive Star-fort solidified the power of the centralized early modern nation-state. Only powerful monarchs could finance and organize the construction of these colossal structures, making the Star-fort a physical symbol of military and governmental authority. I retrieved all the plans for this fort from before 1870 at the secret Prussian archives, and big thanks to them there, they were very helpful. But they only show construction phases until 1870. And what was built after we will have to discover visually, and still today the association here are finding hidden tunnels and entrances underground. And in town, with an estimate of 16 kilometers of underground tunnels, only God knows what else is hiding under Nysa. I love corners of Star-forts. It's just, there's something magic about Star-forts.
Come with me.
So tunnels, you say?
Yeah.
Yes. And
We
these tunnels
have a lot of tunnels here.
So these are tunnels inside the counterscarp.
Yeah, this is the first gallery, shoot gallery.
To defend the inside of the moat if the enemy gets in the dry moat, then you can fire from here.
Yeah, every soldier can fire from everybody that go to dry moat.
And we're talking about muskets at this point?
Yes.
Was this ever upgraded to something bigger?
No.
Because eventually you have ventilation?
Ventilation from when a soldier shoot, we have a lot of fog.
Yeah.
So ventilation fog goes out.
Yeah, this was before 1885. Black powder was really messy.
Yeah, that's true.
Very dirty. Fort Prussia is the most recognized star-shaped fortification within the extensive Nysa fortress system that I have taken you through over the past episodes from here. It is a classic example of a star fort adapted for 18th century warfare and constructed by Frederick the Great himself after conquering the town in 1741. Frederick II immediately recognized Nysa's strategic value on the then new border with the Habsburg Empire, Austria, and ordered its transformation into Europe's most modern and largest fortification, Festung Nysa. The fort's primary role was to protect the main city fortifications from the northern bank of the Nysa River, specifically guarding the areas from which the enemy could set up artillery and fire upon the city walls. The entire star is surrounded by a deep, dry moat. This ditch served as an obstacle to advancing enemies and was covered by direct fire from the bastions. Two-tiered interior redoubt was inside the fort. There's a central two-level building often referred to as the dugout or redoubt. This structure served as the final point of defense with barracks and storage, and was designed to be bomb-proof. Well, in the 18th century anyway. In 1770, the fort's defenses were significantly expanded with the construction of countermining galleries, or counterscarp galleries. These are tunnels running beneath the outer perimeter of the fort, allowing defenders to listen for enemy sappers. That would be engineers digging mines against them trying to get in. They preemptively set off their own countercharges from these to interrupt the enemy's plans. And seriously, I have never in my life seen that many countermines in one place, emanating from one star. Around the same time, the 1770s, 3 fletches, small arrow-headed shaped defensive works, were added to the exterior of the main structure to further secure the perimeter and increase the depth of defense. So when was the last time this was occupied by soldiers?
Look at this. When last time? In 1807.
1807.
Yeah. Napoleon, French, attacks Prussia, and they win. They take Nysa. But not Fort Prussia. Fort Prussia never give up.
So this fort held up,
yeah,
even though Napoleon took the city?
Yeah.
So when did the Prussians get it back?
Prussia need to take this, give this fort, yeah, because French take all the city. So this fort need to open a gate and give.
So
money.
they were ordered to surrender.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
And then after the Napoleonic Wars, Prussia got the whole place back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Prussians never reoccupied the forts
That's true.
after the Franco-Prussian Wars. There was an Austrian war, wasn't there?
Austrian, yeah.
So the Prussians occupied the forts?
Yes.
I mean, they have soldiers in the forts at that time?
Yes. So I can show you something.
Yes, please.
Because in the central main place of the fort, we can go in the museum, we can go underground, and soldiers back the time go underground and go to places like here, you see?
Oh, so he used to be a tunnel entrance for the center of the fort?
Yes. But a couple of years ago, Polish soldiers, they closed this place like this.
Were they collapsing?
Because right here, a couple of years ago, we have in Nysa military forces. So right here in Fort Prussia, we have magazines for ammunition, a lot of ammunition.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. What else are you going to do with it?
Yeah.
So all the tunnels leading out from here, are they countermines or are they going
Countermines, yes, but some communication tunnels, they close. Every soldiers need to close these tunnels because they want to people walking around.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So right now we can go to the underground to the countermine tunnels.
Like, what are these all technical tunnels, or these are counters? This is
Counterminers.
these are countermines.
Yes, yes.
Cool. And they were all pre-prepared, because you want to pre-prepare for countermining. You don't want to start having to tear down walls when the enemy is actually outside.
Yeah, that's true.
You want to be prepared for this sort of thing, so you leave the openings. Fortresses were very well planned out back then.
Yeah. In 18th century, they have a lot of brains.
They do.
So right now we go to the first countermine tunnel. It's very safely. It's not a problem to go there. Come with me.
Trust me, safety has never really been my concern.
Watch your head.
Why? There's nothing in it. It's empty. Oh, and here, and I love it. And here you have the grooves that you would block in with wood or metal to seal it off in case the enemy comes from the other side. You have this. You block this, making it a little harder.
Yeah, that's true.
This was a countermine? This was really well. And another one. So how many, I'm going to bet there's kilometers of tunnels down here?
In Nysa, we have right now 12 kilometers. 12 kilometers of tunnels.
I love it.
I can show you this tunnel. Look at this tunnel. 280 years.
280 years. So is there any writing on the walls from, I mean, I guess, no, there's not. Graffiti is more World War I, World War II, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of Prussian from the 1870s. You have bunker paintings on the walls, and they would paint some of the places, but not really. They couldn't write back then, so these go.
So this is the smallest tunnels. We don't want to go there right now. It's very difficult, but we have a lot of tunnels like this here.
So they cross to another tunnel, so
Yeah.
the countermines, they connect sideways as well.
Yeah.
Really?
And soldiers back in the days, they go to these tunnels and listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like World War I, nothing changed. I always found it so peaceful underground in tunnels and caves. There's such a nice peace and quiet down here. And your cell phone can't ring, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
And you can really, it's...
So right now we have this place with water, yeah?
Yes. There's drainage in all of this.
Yeah, that's true. So back in a lot of, not a lot, couple of years ago, we have problem in Nysa because two small kids go to these tunnels, yeah? And everybody looking for them. So why we have 12 kilometers tunnels, yeah? So these kids go to this, underground, everybody looking for him, police, yeah, everybody. 1.5 years later, they found them, these guys, yeah.
What happened to them?
They die.
They fall in water? Or?
No, they die. Then they don't have water.
They just couldn't find their way out.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
They go to the underground. Two fellas like 11 years old.
But it's also something they need to know, because people do these explorations on their own, that it's not always that safe.
Yes, that's true. So back in the days they found these kids. So everybody close. They make these walls, yeah, because for for safety, because that was a very bad situation back in the days. Yeah, that's true.
So do you guys ever open up the walls and see what's there and then close them up again?
Yeah, it's not a problem. Not a problem to open this wall, because that's not a very big wall, yeah?
Yeah.
Only for safe, so we can go a lot of tunnels.
Yeah, it's always nice to see what's there, and you can always close it up again.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's why these are closed up on ends?
Yeah, okay. Only for that, yeah.
Okay. So there would have to be holes in all ends. Are they also vertical for air, like shaft up?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a gravity ventilation. That's the gravity ventilation. Prussia made this.
Yeah, because people have died from lack of oxygen in tunnels and mines before, and they would know this.
Yeah.
I said they were smart people.
And in these tunnels we have the same temperature.
Yeah, all underground is always the same.
Yeah, the same.
So we're about 5 meters underground on level, and then there's whatever dirt is above us.
So right now keep the left side.
Was there drainage on the right, or is it just...
Yeah, that's true, yeah. That's why.
And that's amazing, because when you saw the tunnels they built for World War II, exactly the same. Walk on one, drainage on one side, technical tunnels. This is really where you can see the evolution of fortress design. 270 years ago, they were doing something that laid the foundation for what they were doing in 1940.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, a good idea is a good idea.
Yeah, that's true. So right now we have the second shooting gallery. Right here we can go up. We can go up and go to the military, yeah?
Yeah, so they have the artillery positions upstairs,
powder magazines
Yes,
upstairs.
Yes, that's one.
Right, all right. Is there a map of all the tunnels down here?
Yes, we have maps, but this is our maps. Yeah.
Yeah.
We we make inventarization of these tunnels and make own maps. Because when our army have this fort, they take all the maps. Yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, because you don't want people to start rolling first.
Very long tunnel, yeah?
Yes.
And on the walls we can see something like writing about Prussia.
Yes.
Writing.
Yes.
Look at your head, because this tunnel is not so big.
Well, they were a lot shorter back then.
Yeah, that's true. In 18th century,
Yep.
people was shorter.
I mean, even World War II, they weren't that tall.
Yeah.
I love this place.
Look at this. You see?
You have the technical tunnel underneath.
Yeah.
For the water underneath.
Yeah. Look.
This is just, God, this is amazing. This is really how you can see
Fortresses evolve and yet stay exactly the same. The only thing they did different before the Second World War is they put them in tubes.
Yeah.
Same thing. Here's just all, and again, gravity based.
And every, 10, 20 meters, you have the bracers so you can block off the entrance and stand and fight.
Yeah. Watch your head. You see right here?
Oh, yes. Whoa, hang on. Stop that. Where are you? Stop doing things. Wow. So what does that say?
Nobody knows. I have visitors from Germany. Mm-hmm. They take a picture, but they talk to me like this is not a German language, but Prussian language. Very old.
Well, K-O-B-K. It could be a name. Well, I will send to I have a couple of people that does research in genealogy and Prussian genealogy.
That's good for me, so
I'll see what I can do.
yes, that's very good information for me. So right here we have placed that soldiers back in the days they take water from here, yeah?
Yeah.
And going straight, this is a very long tunnels. They go straight to another places in Stronghold in Nysa.
So there's from fort to fort.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's really amazing. But putting a well right in the middle of the walkway. I mean, come on. You could have made a little indent or something.
That's true.
It's a little bit, I don't know.
But sometimes they make well like this because every soldier that go here, yeah, don't know tunnels, they make like a trap, yeah, so you can fall down.
There's that too, but that would
Yeah.
make the water dirty. That's really annoying.
You would have water full of dead Frenchmen. I mean, come on.
So this is the place like we have 3 tunnels, yeah, but it's very small tunnels. So we cannot go there. We can go back and go another tunnels.
Technical. And I love everything is cut at angles, just like the Star Fort itself on above. You have angles on everything.
Yeah.
What a beautiful place. So literally, they had these bracers at every 10 meters.
Yeah.
They really didn't leave anything to chance.
They made this for protection. Yeah.
Of course, in case the enemy comes in the other end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And one, you have a little, what, 10 degrees in here, you have a little atmosphere here.
Yeah.
Let's see. So these are closed off on the side too? Are these closed off too, or
Yes.
they connect with the other ones?
No, it's closed.
Yeah. It's funny, you have when you have morning fog in a tunnel. It's great. I mean, I know they were shorter, but I'm not sure they were this much shorter.
Right now, go right.
This is why you don't want to do this with a film crew of like 6, 7 people. It's like, no, it's much better to do it alone. You can actually do it. I have a tree root in my hair. Ow. Is this the main tunnel?
Yeah.
Oh, so we just...
Communication tunnel.
So we made a hook. There you go.
So we can go there. Yeah. You wanna go first?
Yeah. Come over there for a minute. Yay. It's funny when I travel around and I find Prussian forts, I always look at the roads. If I don't know where the fort is,
Yeah.
there'll be a cobblestone street. There'll be a Prussian road somewhere.
Yeah,
I find it,
yeah.
I follow it, I'll get to a fort. Just like World War II, German roads everywhere.
Yeah.
You find a flat cement slab road, that's World War II. You'll find a runway somewhere. And I love how they... So all of this is the technical tunnel too?
Yeah. Everything is a technical tunnel. Yeah. Right here is the stairs. I talked to you like
Yeah.
so you can go up and look at this. You see this?
Yeah.
This is from 18th century.
Yeah, this...
They close everything. They
They
close
did.
every hole. They close windows. Yeah, you see this?
Yeah.
So look at this. This is the. They make a food here.
Kitchen.
Kitchen for the soldiers, because in this fort, back in the days in 18th century, right here was 1,000 soldiers on this fort.
Right. So there was little kitchens
all
yeah,
throughout?
they lived here, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of lived here, where did they live?
Yeah, right here, and on the
On top.
on top we have a lot of places to live.
Okay. So was the ventilation for the kitchen? That would go through there?
Yeah, we have ventilation here, you see.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the days, some probably Polish soldiers,
Yeah.
closed it up.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, I would imagine this would get cold in the winter.
Yeah, that's true.
It does get cold in the winter still, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, watch this, you see? Every soldier take here animals. Animals give good warm, yeah?
Yeah.
And food, yeah, make safe for the animals. So they take animals and bring it there, yeah?
And so you really had the animals right here next to the kitchen?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they could see what's going to happen to them.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's a little tragic, really. It's like waking up in the morning like, where's Fred? It's not good. Did they have dogs for protection or?
No,
dogs.
I don't hear about that. Only Frederick have 2 dogs, yeah?
Yes, he did. And there were some soldiers that kidnapped his dog.
Yeah, that's true.
And he got it back.
Yeah, when some soldier hunting, yeah? They take the animal right here, yeah? And
Yeah.
cutting and everything.
I mean, Jesus Christ, the sheep sitting in the middle and we're fucking traumatized. They're cutting our friends up there, we're being eaten down there.
Yeah, but in the 18th century...
I'm working on the cartoon version in my head here.
The most famous military event involving Nysa's fortress was during the Napoleonic Wars. The fortress, including Fort Prussia, successfully repelled the attacks of the French Allied forces for 114 days, showcasing the effectiveness of Tres Italiens' design against contemporary siege warfare. The garrison only surrendered after an agreed-upon withdrawal. As military technology rapidly advanced in the mid-19th century, especially with the advent of rifled artillery and explosive shells, the defensive value of masonry star forts diminished. Fort Prussia was converted to the use of prison starting in 1859.
This is the Star Fort, one in Poland. And right here in 1794 was a prison, a very big prison.
I noticed bars in the windows of some of them,
Yeah.
of Fort 2.
Yeah,
One, two.
so in this prison, in Fort Prussia, they, right here was Marquis de Lafayette.
Oui.
Yeah,
Oui.
yes, yeah, French politic. And in Nysa, in prisons in Nysa was Charles de Gaulle, president of France.
And generally pain in the ass of everybody.
Yeah,
De Gaulle was a very interesting character.
yeah.
He's one of the people in history I always wondered how come he didn't get assassinated, because he pissed off everyone. Was that a counter-scar battery?
This is a funny story because right there, nobody knows about this because we have trees there. Yeah, we cut the trees and walls go down, and we have new places.
Is it a counter-scar battery?
Yeah. Come with me. I'll show you something. This is the place for the artillery, yeah?
Yep.
And we can go there.
This is where the guns were or the powder was?
Powder.
The powder was here.
No. This is a place for the guns, yeah.
And then the guns would be rolled out onto
Yeah.
the... Okay.
And we can go right now, the road to the second dry moat.
So this is ventilation or defense?
No, right there is a place for living for soldiers.
Okay.
But you need to go on to the top, yeah? And you have stairs to
Yeah.
place, yeah.
So this is for defense.
Yeah,
This is the close defensive.
everything was closed, yeah? This is windows for shooting,
Yeah.
yeah, for protection.
So the fort was bombarded by Napoleon I.
This fort was attacked, yes, but Napoleon, the French army, started fighting with Prussia,
Yeah.
not here, but on the water fort.
So there's a bastion in here in these trees.
Yes, this is the place they have military, yeah, the guns, and right here is the second dry moat, yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of trees here, yeah. We need to cut everything, and we see.
Is there any World War II fortifications?
Yes, underground.
Underground.
Yeah.
How do we get there? So there's a break in the wall, or
No. This is the safe road to second dry moat.
okay? So there was a pass through.
This
Okay.
is the safe road because we have a walls. Yeah. If we cut the trees, you can see the windows for shooting. Yeah, and you can go straight, go right, and you can go to second dry moat.
So you found this.
Yes, we cut the trees because we have trees on the wall. Yeah, we cut the trees and a wall fall down, and we found a place like this. You can see this is not a big tunnel, yeah, but right there we have a wall, yeah.
Yeah.
But this is not a wall from the 18th century, but from 19th century. So somebody closed this place, yeah. So we call to our government, to city hall, yeah, and they talk with fire guard, yeah,
Yeah.
and they make cameras, and we see a lot of tunnels straight ahead.
Really?
On the, if you see right here is from tunnels from to Otmoho city.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can see it's very specific because you see this is the gravity tunnel for the air.
Yeah. So, right.
So this is the gravity tunnel for the air, not from this place here, but the place underground.
See, I thought here would have been guns to defend the ditch.
No.
No.
No. You know why? Because nobody shoot here, yeah? Nobody shoot because they make this destruction for our for.
I know. Yeah, that you'd destroy that wall if you
Yeah,
did, but
yeah.
for a counterscarp tunnel, for a counterscarp battery, there has to be literally a bullet catcher. For instance, if the Caponier there was firing at us here,
Yeah,
then
Caponier-
you'd have sand pits to catch the munition.
Caponier, this main Caponier, save this place, yeah?
Yeah.
But this place have air gravity tunnel. So this is not the place for the guns.
Very interesting. And the walls are thick in itself. They're not just the stone we see. They're smaller stone behind.
Yes. From the city.
That's what people not get in. It's not.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not. It's not for the goal to not get out. So was here another gate?
Yeah. This is the pretty
It
gate.
is.
Yeah. But right here we need to make the same gate like this. Make here, yeah.
Yeah.
when Polish army have magazines for ammunition here.
Yeah, they destroyed. Yeah, I can
They
tell.
destroy this gate because they need to.
And here is the gatehouse, the caponnier, and you could enter and leave on either side of it, except one is blocked up by the Polish army and the other one slightly destroyed, to be rebuilt. We're looking forward to that. So is this war damage or shooting damage?
Yeah, war damage.
What war?
Probably Second World War.
After the fighting and Russians
Yeah,
get bored?
probably because nobody knows about that. But
Yeah.
you can see. You see this?
Yeah.
Every soldier who
Holy shit.
who was here, they scratch every name, every year.
What are the years? 1981, 93,
1961,
61.
and I love you, Mama.
This is the kind of graffiti I'm okay with. If you're gonna do graffiti, make it that.
The magazine for the black powder.
Okay. Let's have a look at that. Little overgrown, maybe. So there's ventilation for the black powder magazines as well.
This?
Yeah, no, for the
Yeah. A lot of ventilation. This is the stairs to go down.
And you're keeping it shielded for the sheep.
Yeah.
Can't blame me for that. Do you know how many guns were up here?
No. And look at this road. This is the road for the guns, yeah?
So there's that's what that is. So there's a covered road
Yeah.
to move the guns behind
Yeah.
to their positions.
Yeah, nobody knows you drive with guns, yeah? And you can go for the positions.
Oh, that's brilliant. It's a water tower, that thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
water tower, yes.
When did they build that?
1907.
All right, fine. It's too new for me then. Yeah, you would have gun positions everywhere in here.
Yeah.
And is it 2 floors of barracks?
2 floors, yes.
Was this a powder magazine or is this a staircase?
This is a powder magazine, yeah, but this place,
Yeah.
some soldiers in the 80s want to open this place and bam,
Of course.
and they died. Somebody give here some bomb.
Of course.
Probably the Germans.
Well, they were German soldiers. Oh, when is it in the 80s?
In the 80s was Polish soldiers, yeah.
Yeah.
But
The role of Fort Prussia and the wide Nysa fortress system significantly changed between World War I and World War II, moving from a fully operational military installation to an obsolete structure, primarily for use of auxiliary functions. Its massive self-contained structure proved extremely useful for rare echelon support functions, however. The most significant role during World War I was the use of a major prisoner of war camp. Its solid, bomb-proof casemates and isolated location made it an ideal high-security detention facility. The complex housed garrisons for training and acted as a vast storage and logistical depot for the German Imperial Army operating on the Eastern Front. Its numerous underground rooms and protected spaces were perfect for stockpiling of weapons, munitions, and other military material.
1744. All right, let's see what you got.
Come with
This is
me.
the tunnels.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, we can go. Come with me.
You need a lot of wood to stuff.
Yeah, I need to have. And we can go, you see?
So this is how the soldiers would get up into their cannons, up to
Yeah.
their batteries.
Yeah, and they go there and sleep.
Oh, this is how they would get up to the top floor.
Yes.
Oh. I was thinking there was almost a ladder or something. I thought this was leading up to the upper position, to the outside.
Yeah. So probably we have, you see this?
Yeah.
Probably we have something there.
I mean, you probably do, because whoever made this hole made air vents
Yeah.
in it. So there's, you don't do that for no reason. I guess that's the fun part about old forts, is you never know what you're gonna find when you start opening things up.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we're gonna find the Nazi gold train. So these are the bracers that put the second floor on.
Yes.
This was how you get to the second floor, and the horses were down here to keep the men warm.
Yeah.
Brilliant. They used animals for a lot of heat.
Yeah.
It's actually a very good idea. Very smart.
Good idea for winter, yeah.
Yeah.
And fireplaces, yeah. In this place we have 3 fireplaces.
Down by the horses.
The startling non-organic symmetry of the Star Fort has naturally led to modern speculations and attributions of mystical or occult significance. The Star Fort's unnatural, almost alien perfection on the landscape makes it the perfect vessel for narratives that seek hidden meaning in the remnants of the complex and forgotten past. In the end, the Star Fort is a brilliant paradox, a structure conceived by pure cold logic and mathematics, designed only for the destruction and defense, yet whose geometry, beauty, lingering presence inspires speculation on perfection, hidden powers, or lost civilizations. But it is a shame that the builders of these great structures never had a chance to fly over them and witness their creation from above.
And here you can actually see the covered walk to the outer moat, or the outer ditch, or the outer bastion, and here to the left on the inner. So you could roll the cannons up here in safety from gunfire from the outside. It's a nice wide ditch here. Absolutely brilliant. Because if attacking infantry make it through the first outer defenses and they get up here, they'd have to get down here and across and back up over. And of course, there's infantry and guns on the opposing wall here that would be defending that, including the gunfire from the Caponier. But I am now wondering if there are no defensive positions inside the actual walls, as one would think there should be. Because if you come down here, the Caponier can't see you. Caponier being up there, that can't see you if you cross over here. Of course, there's also an artillery position up there, and soldiers would defend that. But still. And this is one of the walks that goes outside to the outer positions. See if we can make it. See if we can get through to the other side. I'm surprised there's no stairs. Well, this no longer goes under the ditch. Let's try one of the other ones.
I am surprised that there are no stairs here. It would make it a lot easier, especially with the boots back in the day, to not have to run on a slope.
Of course, this answers my question, because down here are the ditch defense positions. All the rifle positions down here you'd have these manned, and you'd be firing at anything that comes through the ditch. And up here is another one of the artillery magazines where the men would also be stationed. And here's the ramp to wheel the cannon up. Let's go have a look at that. But this is where you defend from the inside, where you had everything you needed. Had animals in here, food stores in here, soldiers would live in here, kitchens in here. There's only one thing I haven't yet detected. Where's the bathroom? Up the cannon ramp up here. Brilliant. Don't actually know what the cannon would be doing down here, but of course you need to wheel the guns up to the gun positions to begin with to get them to the cannon garages up here, and also the powder would have to be moved up to the powder stores like this one up on the outer ramparts. And of course, close defense down there in the early Prussian style. So this is where the powder magazine. This looks like, no, this is the gun garage. This is where the cannons would be housed. This is where the cannons would be housed, especially in the winter. It was snowy or red. I mean, they were also covers for these cannons. You would have cannon covers to leave the cannons in place, but if there's no war in sight, you would wheel the cannons into safer place, especially the old days when they were iron, and iron has a tendency at rusting. That's a real thing. So here you have the close defensive position for the walkway, and it looks like it has seen maybe some evolutions as well. It's hard to see, hard to say. There used to be a gate here, close to fence there. There used to be a gate. And close to fence hiding in there as well in the wall. And now the next wall, this, another ditch here, another ditch here. Formidable place. Yeah, here are the hinges for the gate that was here, and now we're coming out to more positions out here. Wow, there's been a fire in this one. Powder store, more ramparts. And this is outside the fort walls. And fighting position there. and interlocking fields of fire, and everybody would be living to the left and the right. It's very interesting. You had sections for the outer defensive, for the artillery positions and riflemen for close defense, and the same inside the fort proper. And here's the next cannon ramp. Let's go up that way, see what we can find. It's not a very steep ramp. It's not a very deep fort compared to what I've seen the Prussians also build, which have been some staggeringly amazing places. Here's the next exit to the next positions. Covered ramp up. Firing positions here. Identical to the other one. No, this is not. This is not identical to the other ramp. This has more firing positions. This has dual of everything. And I was curious. So here's the covered wall. There's the outer ditch. And here would have been a gate. And maybe there's outer position out here. Now, this just comes out into what is now earth, ditches, and mounds. Which was, of course, also fighting positions and trenches. And then leading to the gate that is no longer here. You go back inside the fort, past all the defensive positions, all the gunners that would have been using muskets at the time of Napoleonic era wars. When Napoleon was here, this was Black Powder Fortress country.
Records indicate from 1934 and onward the fort was primarily used as a warehouse for military equipment, or lager. The thick walls provided stable temperatures, excellent protection against aerial bombardment for non-essential supplies, and administrative records. The function continued throughout the Second World War. And in 1945, unlike early sieges, the ancient fortifications played almost no strategic role defending the city. The fighting was street-to-street combat in the town itself, and the superior firepower and tanks of the Soviet Red Army quickly overwhelmed any defensive lines based on 18th century design. While the city of Nysa itself suffered catastrophic destruction by the Russians, up to 90% of the old town was ruined by the Red Army's advance and the post-battle looting. The massive masonry and earthworks of Fort Prussia ensured its survival. As its structure, the fort was a survivor of the conflict, fortunately not a primary combat location.
They planned countermining tunnels in every direction emanating from this fortress. That's simply amazing that you make a contingency for everything. After all, as a star fort, you can defend in all directions. But that also means that the countermining tunnels and countermining listening tunnels, they have to be in place. They have to be prepared and ready before the enemy shows up. And they actually did the countermining tunnels in stone. Countermining tunnels in stone. Not just earth and dirt, but really in stone.
everywhere there's a step up to the artillery positions, and everywhere else there's a tunnel. Can't just lock me into a fort. There's nothing as amazing as a well-built fortress. But this is more than a fortress. This is a fortress city. This is the best of what the Prussians had from the 1700s to the 1800s. Every type of fortress defensive system existed here. Artillery forts, star forts, bastion forts, coastal, water defensive positions, towers, you name it, this is where it was. This is simply an amazing place that you have to visit, because some of things here are not only authentic, they are also not destroyed. Many of the forts here were not destroyed, sadly, unlike what happened to the city by the Russians after the Second World War. But out here in the forests, where the forts are, you have something truly amazing.
"16 kilometers of tunnels stretching from this fort under this city. It is simply amazing." And when medieval fortress warfare was something completely different, and yet it stayed the same for so many centuries. Almost to this day, you still build tunnels in the same way. They still have the same layout. They still have the same needs. And they still fork out in the same way. It is simply amazing. And I'm standing underneath what looks like a piece of reinforced cement here. But of course, this takes a lot of work.
And everywhere there's a step up to the artillery positions, and everywhere else there's a tunnel. Sadly, many of these have been closed up because of the accident some years ago. So there's a little social element. One could imagine this is where regiments would be staged by unit, with their animals, their chef, and everything else. And then they would go from here, go to the positions up on the roof, or they could go sortie. Let me see. That's a countermining tunnel. We go sortie.
But again, they're fairly steep, just like when you cross under the ditch. And there's no steps, which is, a little interesting, to be quite honest. Very low to the roof here. I'm surprised there's not a single bat. Then you come up to a split. This is closed off, and then you get into the small tunnels here where you get to crawl. Again, you wonder You crawl in here, there'll probably be a listening post, or this would continue for a while, and there'll be a listening post at the end somewhere. Same thing on this side. You just, well, that's closed off ever since those kids came in here and didn't come out. They closed off some of these back in the day, but they can be opened every now and again to see what's in here. But there really is a reminder for all of you that like to explore these places. Bring equipment, let people know where you are, and have a clear exit strategy so you can find your way out. Plenty of light and provisions just in case it's panic becomes a real thing all of a sudden. And imagine if it's just kids. Best thing is teach them how to survive, teach them how to get in trouble, and teach them how to get out of trouble if they do. And the best thing is, if you do get in trouble, find a terrain feature and stay there. If anybody's looking for you, they know that people in distress, they will find shelter around terrain features. They'll hide under trees, by a hill, dirt mound. You find something, and that's where you shelter. Any more tunnels? So I wonder if this tunnel here leads down to the other two. And it probably does. Yeah, these become a lot smaller down there. And that crosses into the one we were just in next to here. And then here, you have a whole different hole. There's a hole down here for some reason. Interesting if there's tunnels underneath these. That would be a real thing. And you see here, in the walls, this is where tunnels were that led into the fort center. Again, they were closed up by the military some years ago, when the Polish military was here. And here you see, don't know if that's the original brick stone, but here you see the beginning of the ventilation system they put in place, where the air would ventilate around the tunnels and then into and through them. Because it was important to ventilate tunnels, even if they were not open at the other end. You still needed air in there for the people who were in there, because it becomes a very real thing that you suffocate very quickly. But this really is a piece of history that is amazing. This is what's perhaps left of a kitchen section again, right below a ventilation. That would make perfect sense. And you can fight from the kitchen as well, as you should.
After 1945, Fort Prussia initially retained its function, reported to be used by the Polish authorities as a warehouse for military equipment, even after the war's end, continuing a tradition which began with the Prussians centuries earlier before. Today, Fort Prussia is under the care of the Nysa Fortress Foundation, and it is a celebrated cultural monument, one of the best preserved star forts in the region, and visit if you ever have a chance. This is such an amazing area with so much history within it. And of course, the great countries of Europe and around the world constructed many amazing star forts, and we will visit all of them in future episodes. Stay tuned. Consider subscribing to my channel, liking, follows, and maybe even join me on Patreon to help out. I am just a guy, a historian, traveling around all these historic places in Europe on my own dime, trying to bring them to you.